Remember me, blah. Trauma reference, if you don't know what that is. But by guessing by that, we just got out of Gods of Egypt, which is the new movie by Alex
Proyas. Yeah.
Proyas, who directed the movies like The Crow, Dark City, I, Robot,
and Knowing.
Most people want to forget that movie, except you, and maybe Roger Ebert if he was still alive. But
yeah.
Most people I know do not like that film. But
and to pick up where we left the last Shotgun review off, I stand corrected. Ra's not dead. He's surely alive.
This movie currently has a 10% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
11.
11. I can definitely see why.
Yeah, really? I can see why too.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I don't know if I'd give it an 11, but I don't know if I think it. But it's not very good. It's not very good.
Yeah.
This movie is like, I don't mind movies that are mostly reliant on CG, but this was done in a really bad way where people kept popping out and it looked really bad. Like, especially like whenever there was a scene where a live action actor had to do like action scenes, it was always the typical action movie cliche they do nowadays, the quick cutting thing. But then when it was a CG fight between CG monsters, then the camera would hold. It's like, so this movie really should have just been an animated film, really. I felt like if this was just completely animated, I think I would have liked it better.
What, like Advent Children?
I don't know.
Maybe. But it should have been. But this movie should have been complete. Like, the live action just did not blend well with the CG in this.
That's my own.
Most of it actually does look like a video game. I was surprised to find out.
I like this movie. Well, then again, knowing if any of you knew my history, I was.
I did like some of since I've been learning about Egypt a bit in my art history class. There is some cool stuff about this that I liked, but for the most part, I felt the story was very bland. It was kind of bland, and I didn't care much about the characters, and especially I mentioned this a bit where the whole thing with the god of love. There's a scene where she tries to control Beck, Brendan Thilt's character, and he's like, "Oh, you're such in love." Yeah, you mean with the girl he doesn't really have that much chemistry with? I believe that, and also. Usually whitewashing doesn't bug me that much. Like, I'm very much a defender. Like, oh, it's not that bad. In this movie, it bugged me a lot. Like, especially because they would whitewash a lot of like minor characters too. Like, why is that person white? Like, I understand maybe if you're talking about the main cast because you want some people recognize, but. Come on, I mean, even like some minor character you had to make white as heck. Like, what the heck? It's really white. What would you? Sorry, I've been talking too much. You guys, what do you guys say?
I liked this movie, and I'm a real. The funny thing is, I really read a lot about mythology when I was like in middle school, and Egyptian was the one I sort of missed, and it was really interesting for me, but like Alex said, the CGI really bothered me, but the one thing I really loved was like the designs.
Yeah, the designs were cool. Like I said, it just felt with the live action, it didn't blend in very well. My problem, like I said, especially was the story. Was mainly the story, and the characters weren't that interesting, and for the most part the acting was everyone just was kind of bored. Like, no one was really, except for like Jeffrey Rush was good, and like Chadwick Boseman had some good stuff, and there were some funny moments, but for the most part I felt the story for me was kind of boring. I thought like, oh, it's just when the movie started it was a little boring. I'm like, this is just the beginning, I'll wait until I get to the adventure part, then it'll get more interesting, and then it just never did. And I was just kind of bored the entire film.
I have to say, I did expect a little more from Kurt Russell .2, as I call him.
Yeah. Also,
well, you didn't expect much from Discount Harry Styles, right?
Yeah. Also, Gerard
Brenton Thwaites, he plays Beck. I started to think maybe he was Harry Styles, but
he was much better in The Giver. I thought he did a much better job in the movie The Giver.
Oh yeah.
I never saw The Giver.
Yeah, but also, just like, I did not like Gerard Butler as the villain. I thought he does not play a villain very well.
Yeah, Gerard Butler, he's such a tool in this. Because he's a real cliched villain who's just
at least it's not the whole brother against brother thing again, you know.
Well, yeah, but it's uncle against
Nephew.
nephew again.
Why does it? Why?
Also,
why
like I said, I
am
didn't really
And-
care much for the
And you
girl.
know,
Like,
he doesn't even really have any build up. He just shows up in the coronation and just like it just takes over right away. We never
Yeah.
see any other
Yeah,
scenes
that's
with him.
another-
And
Another-
I especially love how he
What's with the British accents?
yeah.
I mean, they're.
so
I'm gonna
So he
call-
shows up, and his brother, who of course is the father of Beck, he proposes a fight, and
Not the father of Beck. The father of
Horace.
Horace.
Horace, yeah, excuse me,
It's
yeah,
all right.
Horace, okay, yeah. So the father of Horace, he just like drops the spear and he's like, "No, I love you, brother." Stab. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
What you
another
think was gonna happen? He
that's-
just like walks forward toward him as if he's about to give him a hug.
and go.
What?
What'd you-
Well, I think like
Psych.
that was another big problem. Is there was no build up for
Psych.
anything either. Like, or nothing would get resolved in a way. Like, there's a scene where Beck's girlfriend dies, and then there's never
the
any.
cop out.
There's no long scene where. No, I'm talking about before, like when the first scene where she gets hit with the arrow, like, and there was like. After she dies, like, there's no scene where he's like, "She's dead." It just it just cuts right. I need your help. Like, what the heck? is
Yeah,
like,
even if he knew that he had a way to resurrect her, he still doesn't show any little to no emotion at all when she
I mean, there is
goes.
a-
Except
and,
great urgency.
I mean, there's a
Yeah.
there's a sad scene where he does kind of hold her for a second, but then after that, it's just like it just quit right to the next scene where he's like, "Hey, I need your help." It was kind of like reminds me of Man of Steel where he kills the person. Like, I mean, except that had at least a little bit longer of him being sad, and then but like how it just cut really fast. It's like, "Hey, I think Superman's really hot." It's just
yeah,
like
the pacing in this movie is really uneven.
yeah, I felt
and-
the pacing. Yeah, the pacing was awful.
What really bugged me though was the writing. There are some painfully unfunny scenes of humor in this, like when they're on top of like a waterfall fighting minions of.
Oh, that's why I mentioned that's one of the action scenes that they kept quit cutting because like I said, whenever it was like live action characters had to fight, then it was like just they wouldn't stop cutting, cut they wouldn't. But then like when it was like CGI monsters fighting, then it was like, oh no, we can hold the shot here.
Yeah.
But keep going.
So one of Gerard Butler's minions picks up Beck and he drops them off the side of the waterfall, and so after Horace defeats him, he looks over the waterfall and sees that he landed on an edge just a few feet below, and Beck just starts going on this rant. You know, I'm supposed to be alive, you know, breathing.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a lot of like you said, yeah, the pacing was just weird. It
I
just,
really like
there wasn't a lot of breathing room for a lot of stuff that happened, and not only that, I also just felt I didn't get the whole thing with the demon monster thing. Was that from actual Egypt? I don't know.
Again, I don't know. I mean,
Also, I like the CGI was just, for the most part for me was kind of like the Star Wars prequel bad, but I mean at least the dialogue was still a little better than like the Star Wars prequels, but it was still very prequel-esque where it was just where the characters just didn't blend in with the CG very well and just looked kind of weird. And though the actors did do a better job with the CG than like I think the actors in the prequels movies did, they're just kind of awkward. But that could have just been George Lucas's direction of them. I don't know. But
Yeah.
what are you gonna say, John? What you liked?
like I said, I like the design, but the designs, mostly the god forms.
Yeah, they were pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I thought the CG was fine. I just didn't think it blended very well with the people. I just felt like I said, if they went full animated feature, I would have been fine with this.
No,
movie
no,
for the most
no.
part.
You misunderstand. It's not the CG, especially blending the live action stuff. When they had like the background, you could just tell the background was so fake. But no, the actual designs of the god forms and the creatures, except for the Sphinx. The Sphinx was a real letdown for me.
I like the Sphinx because he had sand everywhere, and I was surprised he didn't come like the puzzle is. It's so much
But,
sand.
uh,
It's like, he was like the puzzle is. I'm sorry, we can't understand you. What?
Especially Anubis.
Anubis was silly. Though I don't.
You kind of
what
expect it from a god of the underworld.
He's not the god of the underworld. Actually, he's the god of embalming. He's not. I've looked. I know I've looked because I went to the Tut Museum at Pacific Science Center. And
Really?
the god of underworld was some other guy. That's the mummy that got. You're thinking of the Mummy Returns. Got it wrong. It was actually some Odysseus or something. Who was the god of the underworld. Anubis-
Odysseus?
that's not his name. I think. Like I said, I don't know. He's something with an O, but Anubis is the god of embalming. He like.
Embalming.
Huh?
Embalming.
Embalming?
Yeah, that's the word.
I thought it was embalming. Because he basically is in charge of like the mummy process where you like take the.
Yes.
Yeah. But that's basically Anubis. Now he's not the god of the underworld. Like the Mummy Returns got that wrong.
But look, like I said, my knowledge of Egyptian mythology is lacking.
Like I don't know much, but I know some Egyptian mythology. I know.
The only thing I know
They did get Ra right, even though, like I said, I like Jeffrey Rush as Ra, but he still had to do a lot of CG stuff, and it was just kind of weird.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, how come everyone else had a cool dog form thingy, and he just was like a tall,
Yeah,
orange?
Yeah, well, they
super
already gave the hawk thing to the hawk eagle thing to Horus. They couldn't do the same with Ra, even though Ra is the eagle-headed one.
Yeah. Also, he had the weird like hair thing going on, the weird Japanese master hair thing with the white. It was kind of weird, but I don't know. This movie wasn't like I was expecting great things from this film, but I was expecting a little better because I do like the director. I've liked The Crow. I saw The Crow. I love The Crow. That's a great film, and it's I suspect I don't know why he's like stuck. He's very because we've seen in the past he's done very good stuff without CG. I don't know why he's like so focused on CG now. Why his whole stick is just CG everything.
We
now.
need less CG.
Like I don't mind CG if it's done in the right way, like Deadpool did CG in a good way for the most part. And I forgot there was another film I saw recently. But like I said, if this movie was full animated, it would have been a little higher. But even with the story wasn't that interesting, and it was just kind of awkward. And I didn't like I said the acting also wasn't that great. I never cared for the Goddess of Love was all right. Especially because she was the only one who was kind of like Middle Eastern looking. She was one of the only main characters, besides Chadwick Boseman, who was black. But I didn't much care for the love interest of Beck, though. I didn't find her interesting at all. It was like it's kind of like when she died. I was kind of like Willy Wonka. No, stop, come back.
No, stop.
I just did not. I did not. I was like, I would not like. He would not fight like. Risk my life for a woman. Like she was not that interested. She was not like their chemistry wasn't that great either. So it's like I never really cared about that. I never really bought their relationship. So it's just like, eh.
Ain't it funny how what was needed to power the eye once Bex stole it? He all he had to do was kiss his girlfriend and the thing powers up. What was powering up before? Because he was able to use it against the scorpions inside that.
Also,
wait, what?
Another thing that didn't make sense was that the whole thing was that Gerard Butler was trying to collect all this stuff from all these other gods, and then they're just easily taken off. Like the eye, just taken off, and then his wings. He gets like these wings from his ex-wife or whatever, and it just gets torn off so easily. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah. It was kind of like the last battle in this was kind of reminded me of the last battle on Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, just kind of quick and really fast. It was just kind of boring. It just wasn't that interesting.
The only
the cop out.
The
ending too.
I mean, them being reunited, like the last scene, it should have just showed them walking up to that judge alone. What was wrong with that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I knew Beck had to survive.
There wasn't even
also the narrator.
Yeah,
but
there wasn't even any point in him dying at all, really.
Yeah,
I mean, Ra would have showed up anyway to grant Horus whatever he desired.
because you know he just saved all of creation.
Yeah. But like I said, I want
Kinda
to also
owes-
go back to the whitewashing too. I don't, like I said, I don't usually whitewashing doesn't bug me that much, but in this, like I said, in this one it really bugged me because they did it way too much, and they did it for a lot of people that were just like, you don't like like I said, I don't mind the main characters, like maybe the main guy being white or whatever, but or a couple, maybe like him and the main villain or whatever, because you want some recognizable people so people go see the movie, but even like I said, they made some minor characters like Gerard Butler's ex-wife. Did she really need to be white? Like, what was the point of that?
All right.
They are. Like, there's never really that big of a description.
Well, I'm just saying, it's just they should have got at least some. They should have. It usually, and especially because a thing too is that whitewashing actually doesn't help a movie at all. So far, it hasn't. Like movies that have been whitewashed have been flops at the box office. So I don't know why they're still doing it.
Well, is that really the reason? I mean,
no, the only reason they're flops
Pan
is
was criticized for whitewashing, but
Which one?
Pan,
Pan.
because of Rooney Mara playing Tiger Lily, but I
That
think it
didn't
was for other reasons that it did poorly.
Well, no, I'm not saying that's. I'm just saying that's. But I'm pretty sure there are other reasons too. I'm just saying that. But when they do whitewash, they usually don't do very well, even if like. But I'm just saying whitewashing doesn't really help, because like Ridley Scott, like when people complained about his Exodus movie and how there was no it's supposed to be Egyptian, they should be Middle Eastern or whatever, and they just like went to and or whatever, and he's just like, whoa, and then he made a big huge whine about how because no one would recognize Osama something or whatever. He actually said that, like Osama something or whatever, it's just but then they get Exodus also was a flop, so it's like I'm just saying it never really helped. It still hurts a movie though. I still think it's part of the reason why a movie can flop, but I'm pretty sure there are other reasons too, because Pan wasn't that great of a film, so it was just kind of So I kind of
I think the quality.
So
I think everyone just harps on whitewashing. I mean, the quality of the talent of the actors is what's mostly important.
Yeah, no, but I still think it can be a problem. And like I said, it usually doesn't help a film at all. Like it's still it can be a problem, and I think it is a problem because you're also taking away roles from maybe good actors who are Egyptian or whatever. That's kind of the problem too. But anyways, I guess we should move on from that. I'm just saying it just kind of bugs me because I would have liked to at least see some minor characters.
Whatever. So I think we've discussed this in depth.
Well, I think there's still some stuff I kind of. Is there anything else you guys wanted to bring up?
Not really. I've covered.
Well, I don't
know.
I went into this movie just kind of expecting a fun time.
I'm actually surprised you even came to this one.
Yeah, I was also suspecting, at least because like I remember everyone hated the Clash of the Titans movie. I actually enjoyed that one, and I didn't enjoy
I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed Clash of the Titans.
Kind of enjoyed it. The only
even Wrath of the Titans too, which a lot of people hated. I also enjoyed that one too, but I didn't. I found myself I felt this was going to be like Clash of the Titans. Like everyone else is probably going to not like it, but I might enjoy it. But no, I didn't enjoy it. Even like
and it got worse reviews than Clash of the Titans.
That's another one too. Everyone hated. That was like because I felt this is also going to be kind of like that too. But I even liked Prince of Persia, but I didn't like this at all. I was bored halfway through most of the movie.
Yeah, I agree completely. The only mildly enjoyable sequence was the one with like the giant cobras.
Oh, that was good. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was like the one action sequence that kind of worked for me. Other than that, it was really tedious and.
Yeah, I just feel so bad for Alex. What's his name?
Proyas. Yeah.
Proyas, because he's a good director, and I would like to see him do good things, but he's just been doing things a lot lately.
We may have,
like I know you like Knowing, but I didn't. From what I've
actually
seen
he hasn't done a lot lately. Knowing was his last film, and that came out 7 years ago.
Yeah, but like, cause I didn't. But yeah. So let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap this up.
Okay.
What do you give this?
I give it a D. This is. Yeah, I think this is actually probably the worst film I've seen all year so far.
Wow, I'm the only one. I give this a C plus. I really enjoyed this.
Okay.
That's good for you, but no one else is going to enjoy this, and I hope this movie bombs. And then,
it will.
And everyone's gonna. This is gonna be another film that also people are going to forget about too. Like, I mean, John, you might remember it, but most people are going to like go, "Oh, Gods of Egypt, what movie was that?" And I can totally see why. I'm giving it a D as well.
Okay. We must address what.
Although I do have a high tolerance for stupidity when it comes
Yeah.
to movies and
Well,
shows.
I can have a high tolerance for stupidity too, but not. This was not stupid. This was not. It was just. It wasn't that this was stupid. It was that it was blah.
We must address the final fight between Horace and Gerard Butler.
I kinda talked
where
about that.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell
Where-
point two.
Well, where where Horace says to Gerard Butler the line, "This is madness," which
That's
must
true.
it must have.
That's
There
true.
must be an outtake where Gerard Butler responds, "Madness? This is Egypt."
So, that'd be great.
Okay. All right, so we have one trailer to talk about, and that is, or
Tarzan,
maybe
I think.
two. I think we discussed Tarzan already. I was thinking about Criminal.
I haven't seen.
Oh, I missed. I only seen Tarzan on the internet trailer, but I can talk about that
I
too.
believe I discussed it before with Alex and Chloe before Star Wars.
Uh,
Okay, so Criminal.
Wait, that wasn't.
Let's talk about Tarzan
I don't know.
anyways,
Was it?
because we
I don't
haven't. I don't think.
Oh, that wasn't.
Okay, Legend of Tarzan. Yeah.
I think it looks really good. Legend of Tarzan. I've seen the trailer a couple times. I think it looks. I like David Yates, so I'm actually really excited for it.
Oh, David Yates is directing it.
Yeah, director of
Oh.
the last two Harry Potters. Even
Actually,
says-
the last 4 Harry Potters. Yeah.
I mean, the only Harry Potter film from him that I do not like is Order of the Phoenix. That's it. Other than that, I liked Half Blood Prince, even though a lot of people hated that
I
one.
liked
Like
that.
People hated Half-Blood Prince.
Oh yeah, whenever I talk to someone, it's like I don't like it because they changed this from the book or something, or everyone. Because remember when it came out, everyone's like, "Where's the action? There's no action!" Like what? Like
Yeah,
it was the
I-
break movie. Because even I understood like it was the break because the Deathly Hallows was going to be like depressing and then have a bunch of fighting and stuff in it. So Half Blood Prince was kind of a break. That's why I loved Half Blood Prince. I think it's I liked it, and I think this movie looks good. Especially the scene that actually made me want to see this movie was when Samuel Jackson at the end was like Tarzan. Tarzan! I just love that scene.
And it's got Christoph Waltz in it, playing Clayton, I guess.
No, he's some other villain. He's
No, that
Okay.
was
I
that
guess
was
that
only
was
Disney,
just Disney.
man.
Okay.
but
Alright.
but I think it looks good. I liked, and I want to see, especially because I like Alexander Skarsgård who plays Tarzan. I want to see him in more things because he's I don't know. He's a really good actor, and he hasn't really been in that much. And I would like to see him maybe move into the mainstream, maybe. And I like what's her name, Margot Robbie also, and Samuel L. Jackson, of course. Like I said, he's the Tarzan. I
Yeah.
just love that. But
And-
so I give it. I'm a yes on it actually.
I think we're gonna have to eat. No, later.
Yeah, doesn't look
But,
like we got time, but
But I give
so-
that trailer a yes. Definitely, I'll see it.
So
If you
Criminal.
wanna
What
see
do
it.
you think?
Wait, what would you guys give? Yes, maybe, no.
I
for
suppose.
Tarzan?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I guess,
Maybe.
yeah.
I'm
Sure.
a yes, just because, like I said, the
Like, if anything else,
Most of the time, I'm a yes, just kind of for the for doing this and stuff.
All
So,
right.
and so they really want us to see miracles from heaven, don't they?
Yes.
that trailer is.
wow.
It's coming before like literally every movie that I've seen in the
and
last
adding on that,
month or so.
one trailer I think they should show more of is Batman v Superman. I mean,
Yeah.
like
They haven't showed that very much, have they?
Yeah,
No.
the last time I saw it was like one of the times I rewatched Deadpool. Was like that's one time they showed it, but other than that, they barely ever show it. It's like, what do they not want people to see it? Like, also they'll show billions of trailers of Miracles from Heaven, or like I forgot what the other movie I saw recently where they not stop playing trailers.
You know that
Not
actually-
The Walk. I like The
Maybe
Walk.
it's because
No.
yeah, this is the walk of the year or miracles from heaven.
no.
Because now I'm talking about movies I didn't like that they
Yeah.
keep playing trailers for. I like The Walk, but I'm talking about movies
Yeah.
that where they just will not stop. Because The Walk I kind of understood because it had a lot of things going against it and they wanted to get people excited. But like Miracles from Heaven, I forgot there was another movie that I did not like where they just kept playing the trailer over and over. But then like a trailer you really want to see, they're just like, here's the trailer once. Nope.
And maybe that everyone knows about Batman v Superman. Anyway.
But I
And-
don't know, I still think they should play it a bit more because that's what I think hurt the movie. There's some other movies I know that I think hurt a bit because they didn't advertise them a bit more than they should have. But okay, but what are you gonna say, John? Sorry, I kept cutting you off.
So we got
not
the
really
trailer for the movie Criminal.
That looks interesting.
Yeah,
that looks interesting.
actually looks like that
Wonderful.
might be a good blend of action and drama.
The only problem I had with it was like when I first saw it on the internet, the post on YouTube that I found it on said Ryan Reynolds right next to it, so I thought it was gonna be like. But when I saw Kevin Costner was mostly in it, and Ryan Reynolds was barely in, I'm like, why would they have put Ryan Reynolds' name first? He's barely in the thing. And it kind of reminds me actually of someone putting someone else into like someone else's mind. It reminds me of Selfless a bit. Ryan Reynolds was in that too, so that's kind of weird. Like, was it just like?
Or putting Mark Hamill second in the credits for Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Even though he's only in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Well, like the thing I'm talking about is like because Selfless was about Ben Kingsley putting his mind into Ryan Reynolds' body. This one is like they're trying to make Kevin Costner think he's Ryan Reynolds. It's just kind of like mind thing again. That's just kind of weird. But I'll give it a maybe. I'm still on the fence about it. There's parts that look interesting, but then there's parts that look eh. Like Gail Gadot, I don't know if she can do a mom role very well. I'm not sure about. So
Okay, so
what are you gonna give it? Yes, maybe so for
maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'd say yes. Yeah. And then we had like the 1 minute trailer for Allegiant, which we've seen many times on YouTube.
But that's
and there's not really anything new that they reveal in it, so
yeah,
I am looking forward to Allegiant. That's 3 weeks away. Yeah.
I'm okay. I've never really loved the Divergent series. I think they're all right. I don't hate them, but I think they're all right films. I don't hate them. They're fine. They're enjoyable for what they are, I guess.
Right.
Though I still don't think they should have split them into two parts. I think they should have just ended it with this one movie in a way, maybe.
Well, it might be necessary. They're claiming that they're doing it for similar reasons as Deathly Hallows.
I highly doubt that, though. I'm pretty sure it's just for money reasons, but...
Yeah, maybe.
We're running out of time.
Okay, so we got 10 minutes till Eddie the Eagle, so... Alright, let's...
Which I've already seen, and it's really good, so let's go see it.
Alright.